Hello everybody, Tommy here, and welcome back to my channel's 50th video. Today, we're going to be playing some more Final Fantasy II. Let's check it out. So here we are, back in Altair. In the last video, we obtained the Sunfire from Kashuan Keep. We have it in the torch, the whole thing apparently. The entire Sunfire. Oh, that reminds me, actually. Let me take a look here. I want to show you guys something. So if you go to the key item Sunfire and read the description, it says that it is an eternal flame that burns with fire taken from the sun. From the sun itself. Ha 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 ha. How in the world do I explain that to you guys? I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to do that. How did it get here on Earth? I guess we're on Earth or some sort of Final Fantasy realm. I don't know. But anyway, we wanted to come here. We got the Sunfire, and then we witnessed an airship fly off. We remember that Hilda said that she was going to be coming with Cid to pick us up or whatever, but they ended up getting captured by the Dreadnaught. So we're back here in Altair to find out what's going on here. If the Dreadnaught attacks again, we're finished. That's the Sunfire of Kashuan. Use that Sunfire to blow up the Dreadnaught. You just gotta save Princess Hilda. I tried to stop the princess from boarding the airship, but she wouldn't listen. To think she's been captured by the Empire now. The princess left on Cid's airship to meet you at Kashuan Keep. Princess Hilda. It appears the Empire has a supply base far to the north of Fynn. The Dreadnaught may be docked there now. It looks like the princess is trapped inside the Dreadnaught. Please, you must rescue her. So the only person who actually tells us where to go is this dude in the purple. This guy that looks like one of Lucan's sages. Let's see. Kind of a bummer to go tell the king what's going on after everything. He's gonna be left with pretty much no hope left. Let's talk to Minwu. The princess felt badly about always sending you out on such dangerous assignments. I don't think she gave a crap, to be honest with you. She thought the least she could do was meet you at Kashuan Keep on Cid's airship. Well, she's gone now. The amount of supplies needed to keep a vessel of that size running must be enormous. It would have to set down somewhere eventually. Look, I have the Sunfire. Look, I have... okay, let's talk to the king. Please rescue my daughter. Okay. We could try and do that. Yeah, she is in fact gone. Let's see what these guys have to say. I just received word that the Dreadnaught is heading somewhere north of Fynn. Okay, so the second guy tells us to go north of Fynn. Cid's airship has been captured by the Dreadnaught and the princess with it. Well, the princess was captured, and of course, this is all your fault too. You? Blow up the Dreadnaught? You couldn't blow your way out of a cloth sack. Well, I don't see you doing anything, guy. Dude. Oh, yeah, we don't need to come in here. Okay, so we learned that she is north of Fynn. We have fire taken directly from the sun, the same fire that Cid was able to manipulate to build airships, right? Cid's the one who invented airships for this world. I don't know. I mean, the Sunfire is something that's been there for a long time, right? I'm assuming that the entire kingdom of Kashuan was sort of kind of built around the Sunfire. It's the crest of the people of Kashuan, right? Let's see. Didn't we need to come here at some point? I thought we had to come here at some point too. Everyone's dead here. Oh, except for this guy. It would seem that Dreadnaught's resupplying somewhere to the north of Fynn. This may be your chance to slip on board. You have to hurry. You have to save the princess. Hey, I know what I have to do, okay. Let's see. So yeah, this is my channel's 50th video. We're just gonna start heading north, and I'll flap my gums while we're heading there. And I'll show you guys exactly where to go. But anyway, I was going to say this is my channel's 50th video. I'm pretty excited. Things have been going okay. I think my lore videos are doing a heck of a lot better than my playthroughs, but then again, I am playing Final Fantasy II, which is kind of hated by the Final Fantasy community. I don't know if it's hated, but a lot of people seem to like it less. and that might be why my views are kind of slipping when it comes to this video. So if you guys are excited for more lore, don't worry about it. I got some more lore coming your way. We're going to be talking, we're going to kind of go back, we're going to backtrack a little bit to Final Fantasy 1 because I got some things I want to talk about with that. And here's the Dreadnaught. It's going to be sitting right here, kind of in the middle of nowhere. So Final Fantasy 1, and when I complete Final Fantasy 2, we'll have some more stuff with this as well. I'll have some more lore videos with this as well. There's a very special character that we run into towards the end of Final Fantasy 2. Everybody thinks he's just an Easter egg. Everybody thinks it's just a cute little coincidence. And I am going to do my best to explain to you guys otherwise. But anyway, that's a story for later. Right now, we're on the Dreadnaught, and I'm going to show you guys how to get through this place. So ask him about Wild Rose. He's going to call us Rebel Curs. It's kind of ballsy, right, that we just give him the password to who we are right in front of his face. We're not afraid of this guy. You let us on board. As you can see, we're not doing very good. Wow, this guy's not nice compared to just about anything I've ever faced before. Kind of afraid to fight this guy now. Kind of scared we might not make it out of this. Maria! Alright, I better start busting some cures or something because this is getting out of hand. There we go. He's like a boss, I guess. Alright, guys, hands leveled up. Catch these hands. Maria's gonna get some good stuff there. Not too bad, not too bad. Yes, let us aboard. Okay, so I don't think we really want to talk to any of these guys, but if you do talk to one of them, you'll just have to redo what we just did. I'm just going to skip through this really quick because it kind of took a minute. Okay, and he's dead and gone. That was one battle, though, and if you take a look at Guy's little bit of experience points that I got on his hands, he just leveled up, though, and it's already, what, about a fifth? Maybe even a quarter? I wouldn't say a quarter, maybe about a fifth of the way up there. That's not too bad considering he punched like twice. Makes me kind of curious as to where Blizzard is. It's getting up there a little bit, but anyway, if you are wanting to grind your skills, this would be a really good place to go ahead and do that. It's kind of funny. As long as you don't talk to them, they don't really care about anything that you do. You can walk right past them and walk around freely. And they just are oblivious to us and our presence, I guess. Let's see. It looks like if we head down, we have a treasure box here. Well, that cell is not empty. Au contraire. There's a treasure box right there. Oh, look at that. Just to show you guys that you can get this treasure box. And there's quite a few bad guys inside of it, or they popped out of somewhere. I don't know what the context is. Some of the Final Fantasy games straight up tell you monster in a box. I think Final Fantasy 6 says monster in a box. It's looking pretty bad for Furion up there. Uh-oh. Please don't die, Furion. You're the only one who has raise. Or life, excuse me. We're not. This is not Final Fantasy 11 yet. Alright, let's go. Blizzard, 6, big punch, big cure. His cures are actually doing pretty good as long as it's single target. It's not too bad. Very nice. Oh wow, look at all those spells that you can get too. Berserk, Thunder, Stun, you name it. And we also get something called the Sleep Blade, which again lowers the crap out of my accuracy, so be careful if you decide to put it on, but it is a blade that makes foes fall asleep. The damage is actually pretty good too. Let's try it on despite it all. And what we can do is we can take a look. We can teach Maria Berserk. We could teach Maria Thunder, might as well. We could teach her Stun, I suppose. I don't... we could talk about like enfeebles and stuff like that to enemies. Oh, hey. Okay, I thought you guys weren't going to let me out for a second. I'm not really a big fan of using enfeeble spells on enemies in Final Fantasy games. It's just, I'd rather just kill them rather than poison them and watch them suffer. I mean, it is useful during some fights. Off the top of my head, I can think about like Seymour from Final Fantasy X, very, very weak against poison. Actually, yeah, it's probably like the easiest way to beat him. I was hoping I had a tent or something, but I guess I don't have anything like that in this game. Give me just a second here. You guys. Okay, here we go. I did stop and use this opportunity to grind a little bit, which is a good idea because it offered me a little bit of self-education. Like I said, the more you use your weapons and your magic, the more of a chance that they'll go up. But I feel like at some point, just hitting goblins over and over again is not really going to do much because they're little baby goblins. But if you hit a bigger, more powerful, more higher leveled enemy, we don't really have levels in this game, but you know what I mean. These guys are bigger, and if you hit them, your skills will go up a lot faster. If you take a look at Guy, he's already hand-to-hand level 7, and he's already halfway there. Magic itself is a little bit slower than weapons. Maria is almost a level 7 on Blizzard. Like I said, magic is just something you really got to grind your face off for. Let's turn encounters on so we can see what kind of enemies we're going to run into in these special rooms. We got some werepanthers. They look like corals to me. Is that how you pronounce that? Anyway, if you take a look at Guy's damage with his hand-to-hand, it's out of control at this point. I mean, he's actually punching these things to death, putting to shame the damage of any of my other party members. It's ridiculous. So, if you, I don't think I've ever leveled up hand-to-hand fully like this. So if you do it, you won't be disappointed. You'll end up like me and be paralyzed and not really be able to do anything. But you saw the damage I was doing. It was out of control. It was out of this world. Anyway, so let's keep exploring the Dreadnaught. I'm going to show you guys how to properly do this dungeon the proper way. Nothing in that room. I'm going to turn my encounters off for a second so you guys aren't getting bugged by me. I don't want to annoy you guys. Let's come down this way. We have a staircase right there, which leads to another staircase, which leads to a door. Let's check out the door. Inside is another staircase. What was, oh, that's that's another staircase. So in this case, it's like, well, which way do I go, really, you know? And the answer to that is to just pick a way and go for it. It looks like this particular way that I went is going to lead to quite a bit of treasure, so good job for those of you who chose to come this way. Let's open up all these treasure boxes. We got a dark bow. Hey, bows are a thing in this game. I did farm a flame bow as well from those captains. Very nice. The magic interference is ridiculous when it comes to bows. So don't use bows, and thieves' gloves. Don't use bows and cast magic at the same time. Gloves that enhance agility. Yeah, they sure do. Look at the evasion on those. Gosh, look at the defense on those. Those are super good. What was the magic interference on those? Plus 40? Okay, not for Maria. Wow. Yeah, I think these are going to go to Furion for sure. Those are really good. Don't miss out on that piece of gear, guys. Let's keep coming this way. We see Hilda and Sid that are right there. Before we talk to them, though, let's head over here and open these other two treasure boxes. They're just kind of sitting lonely over here. They're kind of just sitting pretty over here. High potion and a regular potion. Okay, and then I don't think that we can open the gate to let them out yet, but hey, let's try it out anyway. Oh, look at that. You opened the iron gate. Okay, let's talk to them. Furion, I meant to meet you at Kashuan Keep, but things didn't go as planned. I'm sorry. Thank you for coming to rescue me. Alright, whatever. You don't have anything useful to say. Let's talk to Sid. Let's save the thank yous for later. I'll head for the airship with the princess. You find that engine and toss the Sunfire in. Got it? I'm gonna get the airship ready for takeoff, and I don't plan on waiting around long. Alright, whatever. You go pretend like you're the hero here, Sid, okay? You've built this thing. You helped build this thing for sure. And now I have to help destroy it. That's what happens when you are making weapons for the Emperor, really. The Emperor himself, the Empire, however you want to say that. Anyway, the real way you want to go is this way. Well, don't forget to save the princess. I don't know what happens if you just skip right past her, but I don't know if I want to find out. We got some guards that are down there. I don't know what they're doing. Working on the engines, I guess. They don't really look like mechanics to me, but they must be here for some sort of good reason. Let's press on. Press fourth. This is the 4th floor. A lot of guards here, guys. A lot of guards. If you pass this staircase and come all the way this way, you'll see on the map that there's a bunch of treasure boxes. A giant's helm. This one's full of monsters, I guess. Wow, look at these guys. Look at these guys. They don't look friendly at all, do they? They don't look like they want to be friends with me. This guy doesn't want to go down, does he? Furion can't even hurt him. Gee can. Wait till he winds up one of those punches. We got an ice shield. Okay, so giant's helmet, ice shield, main gotch, and a trident. So if you're a spear user or a knife user, you just got some really good weapons. This is a knife that raises evasion. 3-pronged spear that is effective against aquatic enemies. Very nice. I almost want to put this on him just because look at all that. Look at that accuracy. Even the attack power goes up. Golly. I don't have any knife skill, unfortunately, so I'm going to skip past that for now, but good weapons in case you're using those. And that's one thing, if you are a knife user, you'll probably be a little bit disappointed until you come across a weapon like that. That's probably going to be your first really good knife, unless you can get one to maybe drop from enemies. I don't know. I'm not really doing like an item drop sort of a guide here. From what I found out, talking to these guys and defeating them is funny, but they don't really move out of your way at all when you do. They just kind of persist there even after you defeat them, so best just to kind of walk around them, and you can do that by doing this. Just kind of follow this path here. No, go around. And that's about it right there. That's how you get in here. I think this is the engine room. I think this is it. Let's try encounters on just in case I'm going to walk past any really cool enemies. Nah, just some rats. Some rats and stuff like that. Okay, after we're done playing around, we're going to get to the engine. This looks like it's it. You see the Dreadnaught's engine. You can ask it some questions, I guess, but I don't know why you'd want to do that. You just want to toss the Sunfire directly into that thing. They all kind of collectively agree to do this. Let's toss Kashuan's sacred treasure and all that's left of it right into this engine. It's kind of worth it, right? This thing is raining destruction on just town to town. It's going to pretty much destroy the world if we don't stop this thing. You throw the Sunfire into the engine. The Dark Knight is like shocked that we did this. What have you done? The engine! He should have like a darker voice. That voice! There's no time, Maria. The ship will blow up at any minute. We have to get to Sid's airship. So Maria seems to recognize the voice of the Dark Knight. We know that Maria only knows one person in this game. So if you're putting 2 and 2 together, we should be thinking, is that Leon? how do we explain this? Why would Leon be working for the Empire? Why would he take up the mantle of this Dark Knight and help to build this horrible airship, or at least operate it, and go from town to town bombing people? His parents were the same as Maria's parents. They were murdered in Finn during the raid, or the hostile takeover, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to hop aboard Sid's airship at this point, watch the Dreadnaught blow up. One explanation, right, is that the Empire or Emperor does have some form of mind control, right? We know that the Dark Knight was supposed to be, or supposedly controlling the minds of the people of Bafsk in order to hurry up the production of the Dreadnaught. So maybe Sid wasn't there, like, actually building the whole entire thing piece to piece. But like I said, I think he was definitely responsible for the blueprints for the Dreadnaught. He definitely was responsible for the idea of Sunfire being used to build airships in general. So I think that he played a bigger role in the construction of the Dreadnaught than what we were led to believe. So let's head to Altair, right? Hey, now hold on now. Wait 1 second, because there's a lot to unpack here. Where did that airship go? I guess that was Sid's airship, right? He was the one who said he would be on it. I feel like that airship should be mine by now, but that's okay. Is there any NPCs or anything like that to talk to or to speak to here in Finn? No, everybody's either dead or they're inside. So let's go ahead and head inside and see what everybody has to say about what just happened. I mean, we did it. We did it. We just took down the Dreadnaught, right? And we saved the princess too. The king should be really happy about this. The princess is safe and well. I wish the same were true of the king. The king? What's wrong with the king? It's just terrible. The king's condition has taken a sudden turn for the worse. The princess is safe and well. Blah, 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 blah. A lot of you guys are saying the same thing. I think they really want us to go talk to the king. Come on, purple guy. You have something different to say? Blew up the Dreadnaught, did you? I always knew you had it in you. Well, good. I'm glad. Glad somebody knew. Let's talk to this jerk. He said we couldn't do it. Blew up the Dreadnaught, did you? Oh, okay. I always knew you had it in you. Well, no, you didn't. You told me I couldn't blow my way out of a cloth sack or something like that. Gordon, Minwu, and Furion, I have one last request to ask of each of you. Please, listen carefully. Gordon, you've grown so strong. I want you to lead our army. Do all you can to help Hilda. My liege, I swear it on my very life. Minwu, you know the legend. The legend speaks of the ultimate magic that was sealed away. The seal may only be broken when the world stands at the brink of destruction. I believe that time has come. Do you agree? I do. The time to break the seal binding the Ultima Tomb is upon us. Furion, I would have you go to Deist, home of the Dragoons. I was told that all of the Dragoons were slain in an attack by the Empire, yet I refuse to believe there are no survivors in so noble a group. If we are to stand against the might of the Empire, I am convinced we will need the Dragoons and their wyverns. If you combine your efforts, the day of our victory will come. This I ask of each of you. Take care of Hilda. Your Majesty, no! We should save our tears for another time. Jeez, that was cold. We must carry out the king's last wishes. We each have our duties. Let them not go unfilled. Let them learn how to read properly. Okay, hold on now. Where's Hilda during all of this, right? Anybody curious to where's Hilda? Hilda's not in her throne. but Prince Gordon is. He might as well be King Gordon at this point, right? When the Emperor first... Well, he pretty much was king already. Like, as soon as Scott died, he's the only remaining member of Kashuan. Kashuan's still technically there. He's still the king of Kashuan, technically. When the Emperor first moved against Deist, we dismissed the attack as a mere skirmish, but the Emperor feared the power of the Dragoons. He meant to wipe them out. Some say the Dragoons can speak the language of the Wyverns. We got a lot of key words we can learn here. Let's ask them about Wyverns too. If you go to Deist, you may find Wyverns that yet live. A Wyvern would make for a most advantageous ally. You should visit the port of Paloom and seek out a ship to take you to Deist. Indeed. So Gordon, if you haven't put 2 and 2 together yet, Gordon has left our team now. We are down to 3 members yet again. But that's okay. That's going to be alright. Minwu went to go seek the ultimate magic Ultima. And Hilda's right here. So let me talk to you guys about Ultima for just a second. So Ultima, if I'm remembering the lore correctly, it's basically a magic that's so old and so ancient that there are no elements tied to it. It is magic at its most pure form. There's no fire, there's no ice, there's no blizzard, there's no any of that stuff. It's just magic blowing your face in half. So that's one of the reasons why it's so powerful. It hasn't even been given form yet. Let's talk to Hilda, who will do a creepy giggle. Hee. And that's all she really does. So that's weird, right? She's kind of been like really invested in doing this. She was leading the rebel army. She sent us to obtain the Sunfire and blow up the Dreadnaught, which we succeeded in doing. Her father, the king, just passed away. And all she can do is sit there and giggle. Deist, you say? It's an island kingdom located in the sea east of the snow plains. To get there, you'll have to take a ship from Paloom and sail south. So the king is dead and gone. That is purely awful. This kid's in high spirits though. He'd like to ride in a wyvern through the air. Okay, I thought Minwu was going to kind of meet us somewhere and have something to say, but I don't see Minwu anywhere. He just dipped. He had a mission, and he's on it. He is a man of action. So we're going to head now to Paloom, just like they said, and we're going to find us a ship that can sail, not just between Poft and Paloom, but a ship that can sail anywhere. I mean, I guess all the ships can sail anywhere, right? But okay, so here we are in Paloom, just northeast of Altair. And for those of you who maybe forgot, or sometimes it's hard to remember the names of every single town, once you're here, you'll find a unique-looking NPC. We're going to talk to her. Ye be looking for passage to Deist, are ye? Well, this be your lucky day. Just so happens me ship was about to leave for Deist, but ye be ye wanting a ride? Doesn't this seem a little too convenient, Firion? Maybe it is, but there aren't any other ships going to Deist. We're just going to have to trust her. My name's Layla. I'll be waiting outside the city for ye. We'll weigh anchor as soon as you're set to go. Arr, 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 arr. Alrighty. So yeah, it's a little too convenient. Let us save. Let us hop aboard her ship and set sail right away. So not even think about it. Let's just jump aboard and do it. Okay, and for some reason she thinks that she can take us in a fight. Trust in pirates doesn't say much for the space you got between your ears. We'll spare ye your lives, but your loot be ours now. What's this? Is it a fight ye be wantin'? Are you really are stupid. Get 'em, boys. Kind of reminds me of what we had to go through in Final Fantasy 1, right? Almost the same exact thing, too. Just get ambushed by a bunch of pirates. Let's do what Warriors of Light do and take down these ruffians. Wonder if we can just kind of one-shot them all with a blizzard. No, it's kind of a baby spell still. Fortunately, they're about as strong as the ones in Final Fantasy 1. Not much to worry about here. And that does it there. That should have leveled up my blizzard, but that's alright. Enough! I know when I'm beat. Go on then. Do what you're gonna do and be done with it. You didn't even fight me yourself. You just had your boys fight. What are ye up to? You want to fight the Empire together? A bunch of outcasts like us fighting right alongside the likes of ye. I think I like the sound of that. To your posts, boys. Whether it be diced or the edge of the world, we'll get you there. And with that, Layla joined our party as a party member. And now we have the ship. We can now sail anywhere that we want to sail. We can go anywhere now. I think that... Let me just make sure of something. Boom. Rules like Final Fantasy 1 do not apply. We can park our ship anywhere we want to. So this is actually pretty nice. So Layla looks like that. If we go to her stats, we'll see that she is very proficient with knives, swords, also a little bit of bows. Kind of just depends on what you want to do with her. I don't really want to give her all my really cool stuff, but look at her evasion goes to 99%. Holy cow. How can you say no to that? She's pretty good with swords, I guess. We can do like a knife sword type thing. She's got a gold hairpin, which is resistant to lightning. I'm going to need to take that hairpin from you, though. Oh yeah, I never saw what the Giant's helmet was. The helm containing the power of the Giants. It does give plus 10 strength. That's pretty sweet. Let's go ahead and give her... I want her evasion to be really high. Even though she can't really keep it. Let's put a mithril helmet on her. She can't really keep the gold hairpin. I can't do that. You can have some leather gloves. Evasion's still at 83%, so that's not too bad. The reason why I want the gold hairpin, though, is because it has 0 magic interference. 0 magic interference. Zip, zada, zilch. None. Making it a perfect piece of equipment to put on Maria. So we gotta go that route. And then if we're going to go with the strength plus 10, let's put the Giant's helm straight on Guy, making his punches do that much more damage. And I think that's it. I think we're good there. So she's not super powerful or anything like that. This is her stats. Strength is okay, stamina is okay, agility's pretty crazy. She's not the worst party member. And then if we turn encounters on, I don't think we get in any battles either, like how Final Fantasy 1's oceans are just full of monsters. I think we're pretty safe, actually. Oh, I lied. I lied. We have birds. So we're definitely not safe in the water. She's going to take a little work to get her up to where she needs to be, but that's okay. You know, your 3 characters that you've been working on the whole game should basically be able to carry you through just about anything at this point. Okay, here on this little island, whatever the heck we are, this crescent island, we have the Mysidian Tower. Okay, now keep in mind that word, Mysidia. That's an interesting word. We're going to need to remember that. because that name is used again later on, and it is my theory as we go through these games that's not mere coincidence. These are actual places that are actually connected. I'm sorry, I left battles on. Hold on just a second. Righto. So where are we actually going? Well, they said something about an island that we have to go to, which there's only a few of them, so let's go check some of them out. If you're truly wanting to connect these games, and if you're truly wanting to see a connection, I believe Final Fantasy XIV is the way to go, which that will be releasing for the Nintendo Switch 2 pretty soon. I am actually pretty excited to get it. As somebody who's going to be playing through every single Final Fantasy, that is going to be one that we're going to have to play through, as well as 11. Those are going to be kind of tough ones. On this island, we're going to find a strange cave. This is the tropical island. Do we want to come through here? I don't think this is our destination, actually. Alrighty. So coming here is like skipping ahead in the story just a little bit. There's... Minwu goes off to get the ultimate magic Ultima. However, there's 2 keys to open up the tower, I believe, if I'm remembering this right, and one of them is in that tropical island area. So for now, we can skip it, but it is 100% necessary that we go there and take care of business at some point. I think Diced is going to be located here, if I'm not mistaken. I could be totally mistaken, though. I think that's Diced right there. And as you can see, there's nothing else really here besides Diced and this weird cave that we see. A little bit of water that we can canoe in. I really like the design of Diced, just the pixel kind of sprite that we see here. It makes the castle look a little bit older than anything that we have seen or encountered in this game so far, so that's kind of cool. It's like the Dragoons have kind of been chilling here for quite some time. We're going to roll up on Castle Diced, and the first thing that we see is a mysterious young boy. Let's speak to him. Go away! Don't come any closer! Okay, well, kid, you know we can't do that, right? This kid is going to be very special to a lore video that I'm going to be putting together soon, hopefully soon. The lore videos take a little bit longer. It's not just like plug and play, you know what I mean? It requires thought and stuff like that. My Astos the Dark Elf video was okay. I think next time I'm probably going to sit down and actually write it out, and I think that'll be a little bit better, so... if you guys are interested in that, Final Fantasy 1 video is going to be coming up soon. I'd like to explain the balance between light and darkness, what tipped the scales, why the Warriors of Light had to come at all, why the Warriors of Darkness were a thing and did happen and they had to happen. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. We'll get into that. I'm going to tell my mom. Let's go follow this little punk. Castle Diced. 2nd floor. We're going to get a cottage. We're going to see the little boy and his mother, his madre, if you will. And a couple different places to go. We have a room here. And we have another room here. Oh! That's a dragon. Okay, let's talk to them real quick. I hope my son hasn't caused you any trouble. If he has, I do apologize. My husband was a dragoon. The Imperial soldiers killed him along with the rest. My son and I are the only 2 left. In the room behind us is the last surviving wyvern. It seems to be trying to tell us something, but I cannot speak its tongue. If only we had one of the pendants, we would be able to understand it. The cavern of the wyvern lies north of this castle. That cavern holds one of the pendants that allows us to speak the wyvern's language. Well, can't Guy talk to animals? I guess wyverns are maybe a little different. Wyverns seem to actually have a language, so... let's see, what can we possibly ask about? Let's ask about wyverns. The dragoons fought valiantly, but the Empire knows no honor. They poisoned the wyvern's water. The wyverns writhed in agony until their last breath. With their wyverns dead, the dragoons were picked off one by the Empire. The dragoons fought valiantly, but the Empire knows no honor, blah, 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 blah. So you say the same thing no matter what you choose to say. Alrighty. As you can see, the Sunfire is actually completely gone out of my inventory too. It's gone. I don't know how Sid was able to transfer it like how he was. I'm assuming all airships had the Sunfire, right? What's the big idea? You're not the bad guys. I thought the Empire had sent their soldiers after us again. The wyvern's right in there. It's sound asleep right now. My mom says it's gonna die soon, but that's not true, is it? When I grow up, I want to be a dragoon, just like my dad was. Very interesting child. Very, very interesting child. Let's talk to the dragoon. Or the wyvern, excuse me. I guess it's asleep. And we're going to have to head north to get the pendant to allow that thing to actually speak to us. But in the meantime, let's take a quick look around this, around Diced. It looks much like Kashwan did, with the interior all kind of destroyed. Got quite a bit of treasure boxes here. Gold needle, eye drops, antidote, sage's wisdom, cross, saint's spirit, mallet, and a wing sword. Woohoo! What about a wing sword? It's effective against flying enemies. It's amazing. Let's put it on. We could even put on the sleep blade here as well, and it doesn't really affect our accuracy this time, so Furion should actually be doing a good job, which makes me feel like a dingbat, right? Because I feel like I've had the wrong sword in the wrong spot. Maybe, I don't know. I might have to play around with that a bit. Anyway, what else did we end up getting? Saint Spirit, a crystal that maximizes spirit. A stone that maximizes intellect. I don't think I've ever used these before. I feel like they're one-time use items. Right? Because they're kind of like, they got the bag icon. Let's see if I can sort those out a little bit. Huh. Okay. Got some good treasures there. Let's keep going. That's kind of where we came from. We got some more doors down here. The stun tomb, the stop tomb, and the curse tomb. Curse, teach to Maria. Stop, teach to Maria. Let's see. What's the difference between stun and stop? Well, stop actually stops time for the enemies. They can't do anything. Paralyze is they're just kind of paralyzed and unable to act until it wears off. So it's like almost the same thing. What does curse do, though? Well, it just says that it inflicts a curse. Sorry, I don't have more information there. I don't think I've really used a lot of these spells. Here we have a unicorn's horn, a horn that cures status ailments that wear off after battle, has the same effect as Basuna. A couple interesting items to obtain, to be sure. Let's head down this way. We're going to see another staircase right there with a phoenix down. Always a useful item. Anything could happen after all. Okay, so we're going to head north to this cave. We want to obtain that pendant so that we can talk to the dragon, to the wyvern, excuse me. It's not a dragon, it's a wyvern. And that cave is just right up this way. It's just right there. Let's headeth inside. This is called the Diced Caverns, by the way. And let's just kind of show you guys what's what. There's a treasure box there, and 3 stairways that we can go down. Let's go ahead and try the first one, the one that's closest to us here. And we find something here. What is this? You come across the remains of a dragoon. Something nearby on the ground catches your eye. You found a pendant. Well, that was easy. That was fast and easy. So the first thing that I think of is the little boy lost his father. All the dragoons are dead. Is this maybe his father? Did we maybe just stumble upon his father? We stumbled upon a dead dragoon, to be sure. And if you take a look at the rest of the map, it is, you know, a little crazy, a little mazy in here. But we should be able to navigate through it pretty good. Let's just go ahead and scoop up any treasures that we see here. That chest merely contained some mithril, some more mithril. Now that's interesting, right? Because mithril is supposed to be something that we haven't seen for a while. But here we go, the dragoons in their cave, they seem to have plenty of mithril here. Mithril weapons, well, mithril armor anyway. Let's see if I can figure out how to get all the treasure boxes here. Oh, this one contains some monsters. Let's see what we got. Blah, 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 some green souls. They're not too tough. See what Furion is doing now? Well, these guys like when we cast ice on them. Hey, they're nice. Hey, don't kill them, they're nice. I just did 700 damage to that thing. Yeah, well, they're not nice enough, are they? They're not nice enough to be spared my wrath. Inside, we have a mage's staff. Now, that's fun. That's interesting. Let's talk about that for a second. So this does add 5 magic interference, but it also casts thunder when used in battle. So although it does have the 5 magic interference, I feel like at this point, that is actually worth it. I don't know what level it is. I don't know if it scales off of your current thunder or if it kind of has like its own little thing. I'll let you guys know when I try it out a little bit, but right now let's go ahead and get through the rest of this dungeon. This video's gone on for quite some time. We need to end it very soon. So we got some more mithril gloves, more mithril armor that we're finding in the treasures here. Hold on, what was that? Mithril mirror. A mirror that guards against magic attacks. Has the same effect as wall. Okay, so a lot of mithril stuff here in this cave. Almost as if the cave is from a bygone age. The dragoons themselves seem to be kind of from a bygone age. We're going to break this bridge and fall down to the 4th floor. Of course, we could have just gotten the pendant and left, right? But who wants to do that? Who wants to really do that? Are you curious about what treasures lie within? I sure am. I want to know what is inside every single one of these boxes. There's an ether inside that box. And here we are back at basement 1. Okay. I'm just going to walk through here really quick and I'll unpause the video when we've come across anything significant. Okay, if you go the correct way and you don't fall down that bridge, I'm going to find some chests here that I actually don't know how to get yet, but that's okay, we'll figure it out. And then if you go into the 3rd door, you'll find this horrible beast. Let's face it in mortal combat. The Chimera is coming. Oh, Chimera coming. Sorry. He doesn't have many voice lines in this game. And it's actually not one Chimera, it's freaking 4 of them. Let's take them all down. They're a little bit tougher than what I thought they would be. Owie. Yeah, that hurts. They could even survive a punch from the mighty Gi. Let's maybe kind of combine our attacks here. Oh yeah, I forgot that we can do that. We can actually use the mage's staff. I don't know how well it's going to do, but might as well try it out, right? She's scared. She's just gonna defend. Okay, it's a Thunder 5. Free Thunder 5. Not too bad. I feel like I'm doing very poorly. Let's try to heal. Let's try to Blizzard. Let's try to not die. Nice. Bad. Not nice. Alright, let's Blizzard this guy, punch this guy. Layla, you're going to use one of my 3 Phoenix Downs on Furion. Don't die, Furion. Come back. Don't leave us. Big Blizzard coming in. That one's dead and gone. Ooh, Layla just barely survived that. That was clutch. Let's go ahead with another Blizzard. There we go. So Maria's Blizzard did level up, finally. Furion got some stats. Maria got some undesirable stats. I wish she would have gotten some more magic and intelligence, but whatever, that's fine. So we got the pendant. We could have just went out and left the dungeon, but we decided to keep going. And why did we want to keep going? I think I'm stupid, actually. I think you're actually supposed to go back first. No. Well, yeah, you are supposed to go back first, right? Yeah, you are. You are supposed to go back first. Anyway, you're gonna need to come to this spring very soon. So, let me see if I can figure out how to get these treasure boxes right here, and I will meet everybody back in Diced. Okay, in order to get those treasure boxes, you're going to want to actually fall down the bridge, and then you're going to want to head north to the northwest staircase instead of going the way that I went before. We're going to find some monsters. We're going to get ambushed by 4 adamantoids. That's pretty intense. But as you guys know from watching my playthroughs, adamantoids are very weak to ice spells. And they're very weak to whatever Furion just did as well, so. Not bad damage considering it was a spread. Let's just kind of keep going with this. Take down this last one. Excellent. Furion's sword skills are going to level up. Maria's going to get some stats that I actually care about. And we're going to get something called the Knight's Armor. That sounds big and heavy. Not for Guy, though. He doesn't care. Let's put it on him. Let's put it on him, but I just want to see the armor given only to knights. That's why it's the Knight's Armor. Okay, let's open up the rest of these. Another Saint Spirit, another Sage's Wisdom, and another Flame Bow. I was able to get one to drop from the captains, as I mentioned earlier, but if you did not get one from the captains, you can always get one from that treasure box right there. So I think that's everything that there is to do here, so we can just go ahead and teleport the heck out of here. Just like that. And let's go ahead and head back to Diced so we can talk to the Wyvern. And I believe we get sent straight back in there because we have to get to that life spring. Which is interesting. Let's do that, and then I have something to talk about when we get back to that life spring before we end the video. The Wyvern's right in there. It's sound asleep. Blah, 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 blah. We know that. I've heard that the lowermost chambers of the cavern hold the life spring, the place where the Wyvern's used as a hatchery. Okay. Let's talk to the Wyvern. We seek your aid in destroying the Empire, our common foe. Will you help us? The Empire's poison already courses through my veins. I will not escape the fate that befell my brood. Well, that's awful. Let's ask it about the Wyverns. Oh, I didn't get to ask it about the Dragoons. No. I have one last request to make of you. Take this egg to the cavern north of here and submerge it in the life spring. It is the last remaining wyvern egg. If it is not submerged in the life spring soon, it will wither and die, just like me. You obtain the wyvern egg. The egg, the last of the wyverns. Take it to the last life spring. I beg you. Oh, you're not dead. You're just falling down with a crash. Okay. Let's talk to these guys again. The life spring. Yep, that's where we're going. Okay, so they don't have any other dialogue as well. I'm going to head back to the life spring. I'm just going to pause the video at this point and head back to the life spring, and I'll show you what happens once we get there. Here we are back at the life spring. We're going to dip the egg into the water and see what happens. Life spring, right? Not to be confused with recovery spring, which is a body of water or some water in general that seems to heal the heroes or the warriors of light. I think we learn more about the lore of that in Final Fantasy 3, but I think it's really well explained once we get to Final Fantasy 5 that the warriors of light are supposed to be like healed when they drink water. I don't know if this is supposed to be maybe like a blessing of the water crystal perhaps that they give to us. Anyway, more on that as we get through some more Final Fantasy games. But it's kind of interesting that this is something that kind of revives the wyverns anyway. Maybe our heroes should try a sip. Anyway, go ahead and head to your key items. We're going to dip the wyvern egg in. We all seem to agree with this. The wyvern egg sinks gently to the bottom of the spring. The egg rests deep at the bottom of the life spring. We're just going to leave it there? You sure that's what we're supposed to do with it? Alright, anyway, let's teleport out of here once again. We're going to head back to DICE and talk to those two, and that is where we will end this video. I don't mean for my videos to carry on to be an hour long. I guess I talk a lot. Castle Dice, second floor. Yeah, let's talk to them now. The wyvern, it's dead. The last living wyvern is dead, but the egg you placed in the spring remains. Someday it will hatch, and the wyvern will spread its great wings and soar through the sky for the rebels. The wyverns can't thank you enough for what you've done, so allow me to do so in their place. We are grateful. Ugh. Okay, and when things die in Final Fantasy, their bodies don't linger, they disappear, so that's why it's gone. Okay. This is, I'm going to end the video here. I'm going to talk about something kind of controversial for a second, though. I don't know if it's mentioned a little bit later on in this particular game. I know that it's mentioned in the Dawn of Souls version that they actually changed the name of this child to Cain. A lot of people seem to think that this is nothing more than an Easter egg or just kind of like a nod at the character Cain from Final Fantasy IV, who happens to be a Dragoon. In the Dawn of Souls version, I believe they actually made his sprite blonde as well to kind of match the hair color of Cain. And then when we do get into playing Final Fantasy IV, Cain himself mentions his father and how he, the King of Baron wanted Cain to become not a Dragoon, but a Dark Knight. And Cain pretty much said, no way, I want to follow in the footsteps of my father, who also was a Dragoon. And then when we do play Final Fantasy IV, we see that Cain is the only and last of the Dragoons. I believe this to be more than just an Easter egg, but until I can kind of get through this game a little bit more and we start actually playing Final Fantasy IV, I think you guys are probably going to want a little bit more proof or a little bit more evidence as to who this child really is. I believe this to be Cain from Final Fantasy IV. So if you guys are waiting for connections, there's one of them. I'm going to claim that right now. I'll get some more evidence. I'll play through these and we'll put together every piece of dialogue and every piece of evidence that we possibly can. But I want this to be Kain from Final Fantasy IV, as do I think many of you. Many of you out there would like to see that as well. So let's find some evidence. Let's dig deep into some lore. Let's dig deep into some stuff. And I mean, can we say this, right? Even though this is kind of like an unnamed child, even back in the Famicom version and stuff like that, if they changed his name to Kain and his hair color to blonde in the Dawn of Souls version, that's canon enough for me. But like I said, we'll get into that a little bit. Hopefully nobody's trying to lynch me in the comments. Don't murder me, okay? I just want to connect these games, and I think that there are connections. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and leave off. My video is an hour long now. Whoopsie, didn't mean for it to be that long. We got a lot done though, and we'll do a lot more in the next one. If you liked my video, please hit the thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss more of my content in the future, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye!